got ready to send back to Wendy, and I'll start by showing you. We'll go from the bottom up. How's that sound? Because I have quite a few little things tucked in here for Wendy. And this little book is just a little notebook that I have decorated and put in a couple of little creatures from Tasmania, Tasmanian devil and the Tasmanian tiger or thylacine. So I thought that would just remind her of where this came from while she's using it. So this is just a little covered notebook that I have used some black, just covered it in black gesso to start with, and then just added my wooden elements or lace or little beads, little bits of bling stuck on here, and a texture background. And then I just used the wax colours over it. So I've used a combination of wax colours. I put lace down the side and I've covered that too. And a few little trinkets on the front, a rose, a key, a letter, an owl up there, and put friend across the middle. So that's just a little cute little notebook that you can it's just blank pages. You could use it for an art book if you wanted to. So that's just a sweet little book. Then in this collection of little oddments, I've just arranged a few pretty little things that I thought she could use in her journaling. I've added a couple of little stamps, a stamp and a little cutting die. So we've got a dragonfly and a butterfly. They're Couture Creations, little mini ones, and they are called A Sunburnt Country, which is very Australian, so I thought she might like those too. I made a little Suffolk puff there, cute, with pink roses on, and it's collected a little bit of fluff there, so that's going as well by the looks of it. So pretty pink rose on the top of that one. This one is some felting. I've just gotten into felting, and I've just been doing a few little felted things to go on my journals or hang off my journals. So I've been practicing there with a little heart. This is a little tag that I've made with a bird's nest, with just little leftover threads and sewn some beads on to make a little bird's nest, and I've got a little swallow flying there, and I've just stitched around that. I've got a little envelope there with some more birds on and just a little heart inside it there, so that's just a cute little decorated envelope. And what have we got here? A little scrappy piece that I've done with snippets of fabric. A lovely little tag there that I've put a butterfly in. It's a cute little one, and a little piece of lattice and a bead there, which is cute. A bit of lace and just a little bit of ribbon ornament on there, which is a pretty little one. Hello Beautiful. Another little tag which is like a flip tag, which has layers of the calico underneath that's stamped. Just an ordinary tag, and I've just sewn those on. We've got a little antique sewing machine and a little sewing dummy there. Then on the top we've got a little sticker of flowers and a stamp with some vintage things on, and a little bit of trim down the side with some roses and some pearls there. Here we've got an envelope that I've made, just one of those cereal wrapper ones that sound nice and crunchy, and I've just decorated that with some bits of lace, flower and some sari silk, and inside of that I've got a few little treasures too. Dear little tea bag with some a wax seal and a little feather and some lace on there. There's a pretty little fern in that one. And just some bits and pieces here of a little flip up there with a lady underneath, and yep, that's a little one with roses, and just some vintage scrapbooking paper, which is quite pretty. And that's a little Tim Holtz die, I think, there. This one here's got the cutest little kissing couple in there, aren't they gorgeous? So that just goes in that little envelope there, and I thought that would be nice to stick in a journal. So these are just all little bits and pieces that you could make a journal out of if you wanted to. I'll pop them into a journal. Like here we've got a little flip. So this one goes into your journal like around the page, so you can flip up or flip back that way, if that makes sense. It's got a little tag, or a rather large tag I should say, with the swallows inside. So it's got a bit of a nature theme, and it's sort of almost Christmassy here too, with the little red robins and the like mistletoe and holly there. This one it's just a little envelope with a cute little baby on the corner. She's got the cutest little outfit on there with the little headpiece, looking adorable. And inside there I've just got a couple of little cards that you could use. Another little Tasmanian devil, which is actually a playing card, and just a couple of pretty little cards that you could put in your journal somewhere. So that's that. This one is a book page with some decoupaged napkin on top. Some little blueberries there, pretty. And I've just got a little note there to pop in for Wendy. So that will all go into the post today. I have a needlebook here, which I'll go through in a moment. And I have this little journal. Now I started this journal as a project for Susan Taylor Brown, and when I was on her design team, and it's using her kit called The Kiss, which is all these dear little children kissing, and it's just so sweet and cute. And I just, when I thought of sending something for Wendy, I thought this is just so her. It's just something that I think she'll really like, so I thought I'd pop that in for her. I've used a bit of bling. This is a really sweet brooch here with some beautiful coloured stones in it, and there's another little one here which I think used to be a vintage earring from memory. So I have just tied this around and clipped it with the brooch, so it's not too hard to put on and off if you want to have it or you don't. You just take your brooch off and undo it that way. So you might remember seeing some of the pictures before, but I've added quite a lot of layers to it since then. We've got this little pearl dangle down here. And if you want to go back to the previous video and have a look, you'll find it. So yeah, you can find this in my video list if you want to look at the original version. So I've added a few things like this pretty tag with some lovely coloured laces, and a little piece of handmade paper with a cute little girl on it. So it started out quite plain, and now it's got quite layered. It has this beautiful piece of very vintage music, Baccio, which is Italian for the kiss, and I've added throughout this some little pieces from, I don't know if you happen to know the Bacci chocolates from Italy. They kind of like, when you open them up, they're like fortune cookies, and they have a little sort of saying in them. And this one says, "What is a kiss?" an exclamation after the words, "I love you." And I just thought they were cute, so I've added some of those in there, and some pretty laces and bits and pieces to tizzy it up a little bit. And of course we have Susan Taylor Brown's gorgeous kits with the little girls kissing that are lovely there. So these, I've also added a few from Heather's, I can't think of the name of her, oh, it will come to me, but I've added a few from Heather's kits as well. She has this lovely one with the children and pets, so I've added those in too. I'll list her underneath too, so you can find her lovely kits. This is a pearl bead that I just put together with some little green pieces in. Cute. Here we've got another little bird's nest. Another little bird's nest here, and the cute little kids again from the kit, from Susan's kit. And just a little card that says handmade with love. And a little wax seal. Music paper. I made these cabinet cards, which I've also got a video on somewhere in my pile, with the beautiful little kissing kids, and I've just embossed that. Added some lace and a beautiful earring there to add a bit of bling to it. Here we have this lovely piece of sari silk in this really nice aqua colour, turquoise, pretty, and on the bottom this is really quite special. This is a power shell, which is P-A-U-A, from New Zealand, and that is a little necklace, which is a New Zealand necklace, so I thought that would be kind of special to send to Canada too, because a lot of people think of New Zealand as with Australia the same as we think of Canada with America, in that sort of similar sisterly kind of way. So I've added that for her as something special. I mean, a lot of people say, I have heard say, you know, New Zealand programs, movies and things as from Australia. Well, they're not really to us, but to the grand world out there, it's kind of the same area. So we're kind of sisters in that way. Close neighbours. Here's another beautiful little one of the sweet little girls all lined up holding hands. They're so cute. And that's a postcard that I've decorated up. We have this dear little butterfly here that I've just sewn on. It's a little wooden button, and a piece from an old vintage tablecloth. Bit of cotton lace. Lovely floral sticker, a pretty carnation, and it's just a little envelope that I've put on with a dear little clip there, and a little saying from a book. I've added some pretty trims in the colourful aqua greens along the bottom, and I think most of these bits of lace were from the Emerald kit from Boho Daydreams, so if you're looking for that kind of stuff, that would have been, yeah, from the Emerald kit of Boho Daydreams, so you can find that sort of thing there. Beautiful little cat girl holding her cat here, which is so cute. Ruby and Pearl. Ruby and Pearl is the name of Heather's channel, or her Etsy store, where you can get those ones. That's the centre, and I just put a little piece of elastic in there so you can actually take this out if you want to, and you've got these gorgeous little hearts hanging off the middle. The little lift out is just a little like flip card, and it has peace and love in the back, and it has a Sydney ticket there, which is cute. Another little Australian thing, some dear little hearts and some music paper, just tucks in the middle. Sweet little girl with a basket of flowers, and here I've got a stacked envelope, which is one of those, like, what are they, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slot envelopes, and they've got all kinds of little cutie things in there. There's the chocolate wrapper that I was telling you about, the Barchi chocolates, Italian. They're absolutely my favourite. Look, if anyone sends me those in the post, you'll be most welcome. They're absolutely delicious. Little cards, cute little, that's from the Barchi chocolates. Cute little cut, that is just the dearest little kiss, children. Very cute. They are the sweetest little things. So, a basket of cats We don't laugh because we're happy because we laugh. I thought that was very cute. Another one of those sort of messages from the book, notebook, of a American country notebook. And a little positive affirmations card there. Simply accept with a heart full of love and gratitude that all your needs are being wonderfully met. Sometimes you have to be reminded of these things. A sweet little postcard. Again, we've got another little girl with something in her arms there. I'm not sure if it's a pet. It might be a little animal. Cute. Then over here we've got little kids playing in the street holding hands. A very old postcard. And I've got an Australian stamp, Rosella, on the back, which is a bird of Australia, very colourful and pretty. Love the rosellas. We do have rosellas here in Tasmania, but they're slightly different to the mainland ones. So we have a heart, another of the chocolate wrappers, and a little price tag ticket in there. This is cute. Another of the cabinet. Yes, so that has a tuck spot on the other side as well, and you can just tuck little things into there like a bookmark. So that's that one. Hello, Ollie. You come say hello, Ollie. We've got some broderie and lace here, and a sweet little envelope with daisies on it, which is quite cute. Put it that way around. This is an embossed black card that I have treated with the coloured waxes, and it smells delicious. I just love the smell of those waxes. I know some people are a bit sensitive to them, but I just find them really delicate and just such a lovely smell. I've added a little fringe along the bottom here, which is again from Sheila's Boho Daydreams bundles, and that one was called Emerald, that had that in it. And these cute little tags, and it's actually a tag in a pocket. This one does go inside of the pocket, and it has cute little children on it. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? Adorable. But I've left them separate because they look nicer in this bigger pocket, just tucked in like that. So because you can read the little messages. Enjoy the little things and choose happy, which I thought was a really nice way to go. And there we have the end. We've got a little piece off a child's dress, which is sweetly embroidered in a little daisy with some lovely lace, crocheted lace on the bottom, and a little cat there. And this lovely lace doily, I really like that. It's so delicate and beautiful. Sort of goes with the trim on the edge, which is really delicate. So that is the little book. I've also embossed the cover, and this cover is soft cover, but it's treated with glycerine and paints to give you that sort of aged textured look. And I think I probably spoke about that in the other video. So that's the little journal. It is such a cutie, and I hope you like that one, Wendy, but I thought it was you when I saw it. The other thing I have here is a needlebook, which I made myself. Now, I did get the idea for this from Kathleen, and I will put Kathleen's link below, because she did last year a series on this beautiful little needlebook, and actually sent me one too. Thank you so much, Kathleen. I really do love it. And I was supposed to be doing this project last year, but it's taken me this long to get around to it with my group of ladies to start making some of our own. And this is the felting too that I was talking about earlier, that I wanted to incorporate in some of my work. And I will show you just how I do that in a moment, but I'll give you a quick look at this first. So this is based on Kathleen's idea, but just slightly different. I've used the two covers like she did, and this is her slit slot idea. So you cut your felt to go inside of the slots. So you have your 4 pieces of felt. She has got tutorials on how to do this too. They go inside of one another, so you don't need to sew them together. So this is her idea as well. I kind of followed on to her with my first sample that I did, so that I would stick with her sort of plan. And you have your covers, which are these 2 here. So you have 2 covers, and then you have the sheets that go in, which are all fabric. And then I just added a little pocket here so that you could put like a packet of needles, or maybe your needle threaders or something tucked in there alongside your needles here. So that's just something I chose to add to it as a little bonus. And this is the pretty pink. These are just little samples that I've got. This is velvet, and these are like fabric covering for furnishings, heavy weight. This is like a wool textile. Just something to poke your pins in and your needles. So that's what that is, a little needle book, and it says handmade on the front there, and has that little, I think actually Kathleen may have even sent me these bits and pieces in her happy mail that she sent, which was really kind of her. So that's that. So I was just going to show you how I do these. I just use these simple little biscuit presses, and any shape you want. I've got a heart, I've done a mushroom, and this is the flower that I used to create this little one on the front of here. It's really quite simple to do this if you're just starting out in needle felting. You don't need a lot. You need a packet of wool like this of some kind. This is just Tasmanian merino wool tops, so just the dyed carded wool. You only need a small amount, like that much at the most. You don't need a lot. I just simply fill your little shape like that with whatever. You can just tear the colours off that you want, and all you do is use this one needle. You need, of course, a foamy surface to work on. You just have your one needle, which I think this is about like a 36 as far as the numbers go, and you just poke it. You just poke it and poke it and poke it until you get down to a nice flat. Magically it goes down to about half the size of this, and you end up with what I showed you before, which is somewhere in our little basket here we had. You end up with this. So you keep poking and poking away with this, and the little barbs on the needle actually catch and pull up the wool. So that's what mats and felts your wool as you go. So for a beginner, this is a really great project because you don't need a lot of stuff. It's quick and easy. You're not likely to hurt yourself because you're working inside this metal frame, and you just poke at it and poke at it. You can sit there and do that, and it's quite actually relaxing to do until you get all your little bits of wool down, and probably in about half an hour's time, maybe not even that long if you're quick, you end up with something that looks like this. And you can put that on the front, the front of your book if you wanted to, like that, and stitch it on. I have just stitched around the edge of that and added a button, and I used the pink and the green on that one to give it a little bit of texture and bring it to life. So you could use the little heart, no worries, on a cover. And also I thought with these is that you could thread some ribbon on and add them to the sides of your journals just as little hanging things, or they could go through and become a bookmark, and you could just have it hanging out the bottom like a little bookmark. Sorry, I don't know if I went right off the camera there, but